going to show you some examples that has payable smart contracts. So I will be showing you some example on payable smart contract, how really you can able to pay via a smart contract. So smart contracts are a group of contracts will become a blockchain. So that's why we have this smart contract. Okay. So now what I do is I'll just upload files here. I already did some applications. So anyway, I don't want to write the source code. Uh, that will increase our time. So what I do is I'll go with a payable.sol. Okay. So this is my simple payable.sol. Okay. So now first we have Pragma Solidity. So first line indicates that it is a Solidity framework that runs from 0.5.0 to 0.9.0. So up till this we can able to compile it. Okay, now in case we want to remove this, it will be showing you. It's fine, it is there. So 0.5.0 is there, and if you want, you can able to run up to any of this version available 0.9.0. Okay. Then after that, I am creating one contract called as pay. The name of the contract is pay. So I am going to pay to whom? So I have one address here. To which address you want to pay? So I have just given an address for payment. Anyway, I will show you that I will change the address during the runtime. Now let's say we have so many addresses here. You can see all the addresses have 100 ethers. Okay. So now what I do is I'll go with one address called as 787. Okay. So copy this. Copy the account to clipboard. You can see here. There's an option called as copying it. So copy this and then bring it here. Control V. So this is my address where I want to pay. So address payable user. User is a variable name, and for payable of what is the address to be you want to pay the money or pay the ether that I be giving here. Function pay ether. So I just creating one function called as pay ether, publicly payable. So that means I am going to use this function for paying the ether money publicly. So there is one function. No body of the content is not there for this because the content says that it is publicly payable. Next thing is after I pay, I want to check what is my balance. What is my balance? So in that case, I will be returning the balance value. So that means function get balance, public view. So we have only viewing thing because it is not payable. It's only to view how much balance my account has. And returns is it returns a variable name. So what variable name it returns? It returns the balance simply. Okay. So this is what the balance which is returned. Okay, now this is one thing. Now since I have the user, I want to send how much ether I need to send. For that, I am having one function called as send ETH. That is, I want to send ether. Send ether. There's Ethereum, and which is public here. And user transfer. To start with, I go with 1 ether. Okay, I go with 1 ether. So 1 ether means I want to send 1 Ethereum to them. So that's what user dot transfer 1 Ethereum. So simple 3 functions I have. One function is paying the ether. Second function is get balance. Third function is send ether. So these are the 3 things I will be having. Okay. Now, now let's see at the now this is the address, the fourth address 787 CABAB. This is the address that I am going to send the ether. Okay. Now the total ethers are 100. Just check a note here. It is 100 is the total ethers. Now after the sending the ether, you can see how much it increases. Okay. Now what do I do is I'll just compile it. Once it is compiled, so Control S is for compilation. Then come to the deploy and run transactions. So deploy and run transaction. Now here deployment, select payable.sol. That means I'm going to use the payable.sol and click deploy. So once it is deployed, you can see the deployed contract in the left hand side. We got one deployed contract here. So just open this. You can see the 3 functions. Whatever I have written, one is pay ETH, get balance, and send Ethernet. So we have a get balance. Now first I will show with the get balance because nothing is there now. I'll check with the get balance. Now the get balance says that it is only 0. That means no money is there. Now pay Ethernet, send Ethernet. So pay ETH. Now balance is 0 ETH. Now I want to pay. Now go to the top. We have something called as value here, and there are so 4 different units or currencies. We go with the ether. So let me go with the 2 ethers. Okay. Now from account is I am going to select this ether 5b3. The first one I am going to select it. Okay. So first one 2 ethers, and don't click deploy. Deploy you should not do because already we have deployed it. Don't use deploy and click pay ETH. Now you can see the balance automatically changed to 2 ETH. So that means 2 Ethereums, it's already there. Now get the balance. You see that this is what the ETH. Now you can see how many zeros here. I just copy paste it here so that I can show it bigger. So this is what the number of zeros. So I will count it here. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So totally 1 ether equal to 10 power 10 power 18. 1 ether 10 power 18 zeros it will be having zeros. Generally we call weights or something. So this what here 10 power 18. Okay. So this is how the way the ethers are calculated. That's why 1 ether is when you give it comes with that many number of zeros. 10 power 18 zeros it comes. Okay. So now here we have the total get balance of this. Now what do I do is I want to send it to send ethers. Now I want to send it. Now you can see balance 1 ETH because how much ether I have sent, I am going to send only 1 ether. Balance is 1 ETH. Now I will come back here to my ether. You can see already it was 99.999 and something was there. Now it become 100. Now one more time I'll just do. Now it is 100.9999. Now I'll be sending one more ether. Okay, so one more is send ether. One more time send ether. Now the balance becomes 0 here. Now you can see here it becomes 101.9999. So you can see here this address. This is the address that I just got the ethers updated. Okay, so but all the ethers have taken from this value, and every time when you deploy a contract the ether will be reduced because the input ether is 100 and from there everything will be reducing it. So this is generally one simple payable contract where you can able to pay. Okay, now for example if I go with instead of ethers, let me go with okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 zeros with this many ways I just wanted to send. Okay, so now what I do is again when I change the program I will compile it. Now let me deploy the delete the contracts, then deploy it again. Now my deployment is done. Now I'll just come back here. Now get the balance. Balance is 0. I go here and let me give 7 ethers. For example, pay 7 ethers. I just go with 7 ethers and pay ETH. Now see the balance here is 7 ETH. Okay. So 7 ETH is the balance. Now get balance is you can see this much. Okay. Now what I do is I'll send ETH. Now once I send the ETH is sent. Now see the balance. You can see the balance is like this. Because how much I'm sending this much unit, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh crore. I'm sending 1 crore ways. So that means the 1 crore ways is this deducted from the 7 ethers. Now send ETH many times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that. You can see the balance is reducing. You can see how many number of ethers I'm just giving. In the top you can see this location you can see the balance is reducing. You can see. Now get the balance. You can see how the balance is subtracted here. Now this is one simple contact. Now this is what we are doing. Now whenever you run this example, you can always see what's happening in the debugging window here. Now let's see. Let me say what I do. This is a debug window, and I'm just copying this. So you can see here the debugging window. The last window here. From address is this, and get balance is this. What is the get balance? And how much gas is being used for this cost only applies when called by a contract. And what is the input here? And decoder input, and how much amount is remaining, the decoder output here, and the logs. The log also will be available to you here. Now this is the debug what we have seen in the meta.